Hello everybody, thank you so much for joining us. My name is James Neujahr with Thor Motorcoach. I'm very excited today to talk about one of our brand new models that we have. I would like to introduce the 2022 Magnitude BT36. This is an all new floor plan for us, and I'd love to show you some of my favorite features as we go through it, so please join me. So the first thing that I'd like to talk about is the all new chassis. So we will still continue to build our XG32 and the SV34 using the F550 Super Duty chassis. Now with the F600, that gave us some additional options as far as the floor plans. And one of the biggest changes in this was the increase in cargo carrying capacity. So the gross vehicle weight rating for the F600 increases by 2,500 pounds to bring that up to 22,000 pounds of gross vehicle weight rating. Now this is still using a 6.7 liter Power Stroke V8, 330 horsepower with 825 pound-feet of torque. You have a 10-speed automatic transmission, and that was all updated for their third generation in 2021. Now for the 2020 chassis year, Ford made some changes. They updated to their third generation of Power Stroke V8. So this has a 6.7 liter Power Stroke V8, 330 horsepower, 825 pound-feet of torque with a 10-speed transmission. Now you see here that you have the 4x4 badging, and that was another change. So all of the models in the Magnitude lineup will now come with standard four-wheel drive. That'll be across the board on every floor plan that we offer. Now if we take a look inside the cab, you'll see a familiar layout. The color has changed. They've got a new earth gray interior color, so that did change from the beige that we had previously. But you'll see that the upholstery inside will match the rest of the unit. You've got your 8-inch Ford touchscreen for the Sync 3 system. So here's where we'll see part of the difference. If we take a look inside the door here, we'll see that the occupant and cargo carrying capacity is 3,375 pounds. So that was a massive increase from what we had previously. All right, so let's talk about the all-new Ford F600 chassis. So this is using a 6.7 liter Power Stroke V8, 330 horsepower, 825 pound-feet of torque with a 10-speed transmission. Now Ford made a couple changes to the F600 to increase the overall gross vehicle weight rating to 22,000 pounds. So they added an additional leaf spring in the back. They also have slightly wider tires and upgraded brakes in order to handle the additional weight capacity. The F550 is at 19,500 pounds gross vehicle weight with a 40,000 pound gross combined weight rating. We've introduced a couple all-new paint colors for the 2022 model year. The coach that we're standing in front of right now, this is Chandler Blue full body paint. This is one of the new paint options that we have. Looks awesome on the side. You've got a little pop of color with the blue. Got these nice double door storage compartments that can fit any of your oversized items. All of the storage bays that you'll see on the outside are made out of heavy-duty rotocast plastic. They're very easy to clean, very durable, and then right in the back there's a little bit of drain plug. So if you are going to clean these out, you can rinse these out and allow that to drain and dry. One of the updates that we have for 2022 is on the exterior TV. This is on a swivel, but now we've got an integrated sound bar instead of having two separate units. So this is built right into the TV. You can swing this around depending on where you need it. I'd like to show you one of the updates for the patio awning. So we're going to go ahead and turn the lights on, and we're actually going to bring this out. Now this is a one-touch power patio awning, so all you have to do is hit the button and that'll extend exactly where it needs to be. Now this does have a motion sensor built in, so if you do experience winds while your awning is out that could potentially damage it, it will retract itself in order to protect the awning. All right, so we can see here that you've got your LED lighting that is in the bottom of the awning arms. And I love the way that it brings more light over the camping area. That way at night you've got a little better illumination and you can stretch that light a little farther. Now on the BT36, you have a nice oversized storage compartment here on the side. So you've got the nice double height door. All of these doors are equipped with a slam latch and an individual key lock. So all Magnitude floor plans will come standard with a propane quick connect valve on the outside that connects to your main propane tank. These are perfect for a low pressure barbecue grill if you want to do a little grilling outside. All right, so as we come around to the back, you're going to see a couple things. Number one, we've got a very nice molded one-piece fiberglass rear cap. So this really just brings this back end together, looks very clean, very nice. One of the important changes with the F600 chassis that I'd like to talk about is the towing capacity. So on the F550 models, those will continue to have a true 10,000 pound towing capacity. However, on the F600, that number has now been increased to 12,000 pounds. So that's one of the most exciting things. You have a true 12,000 pound towing capacity with this F600 chassis. That comes with a 1,200 pound tongue weight rating. And right here you can see you have your 7-pin plug for your wiring. That has all been prepped, and there is an integrated trailer brake controller. Ford includes a couple great features for those that are going to be towing. So for example, not only do you have an integrated trailer brake controller, but you also have memory settings for the brakes on each one of those trailers. So that way you can save those individual settings in. They also include a feature called trailer sway control. And this can be turned on or off in the driver information system. But if you would like to use that, that does work to detect and reduce any potential sway from a trailer that you're towing. Right down here, we have our own 6,000 watt diesel generator. This generator will power all of the appliances on your motorhome. And right next to that is where you have your diesel exhaust fluid fill. On the side of the slide out here, we have the access panel for your tankless water heater. This is a Girard 3rd generation tankless model. This is propane powered. There is a control panel that's located in the bathroom that allows you to adjust your maximum temperature. We'll take a look at that when we get inside. All right, so one of the great features about the Ford Super Duty chassis, on the F550 and F600, they are offered with an auxiliary fuel tank. So in this particular model and all of our magnitudes, there are actually 2 fuel tanks. So you have a 26-gallon fuel tank that's in the front, and you've got a separate fill that's right here. Now there's a 40-gallon auxiliary tank that is located just a little bit farther down, and that's going to be right here. Now the mid-engine tank that's in the front is the one that your engine and generator will draw fuel from. Now as that tank runs down, this tank in the back will automatically replenish the front tank in order to keep that fuel supply. So you'll have a couple different gauges on your dash. There's an analog fuel gauge, which will show your current level for the main tank. There are 2 digital gauges that will show front and rear, so you can keep track of where you are. They do need to be filled independently with a standard fuel fill. All right, so welcome inside the all-new Magnitude BT36. So, up front in the living area, we have now switched to standard theater seating. So there are seat belts in each one of these seats. They do have a recliner function, and that's located right across from our booth dinette. And these are all a dream dinette function, which means that we can actually release this table here, bring this down, and turn this into the classic camper bed. There's a little bit of storage that's located underneath. They've got these little pull-out drawers here on the side. Now there are seat belts in both sides of the dinette. One other hidden feature that we've got back here in the Dream Dinette is the single child safety tether system. So this is compatible with the latch system for car seats if you have little ones that are going to be traveling with you. You'll see here above the dinette, we have the dual day-night roller shades in the living area. So you can bring your solar shade down, cut out a little bit of the heat. You've also got the night shade here that'll go down for privacy to be able to close that off. There is also a privacy curtain over the bunk bed area, and there is one that attaches across the front. One item that I really like to show everyone is the overhead bunk sleeping area. And this is one of the great benefits of having a Class C or Super C motorhome. So if we look at this bunk area, this is actually a residential queen size. This is 59 inches by 80 inches. And one of the benefits is that it allows you to use regular mattress toppers, sheets, or bedding and not have to buy a specialty size. So you've got your piece right here that will actually come back, and this will allow us to fill this in, and now this becomes a perfect sleeping area. And just for reference, I'm 6 feet tall and I can sleep comfortably in this area. I can actually sit up without hitting my head. One of the new features, and I'll show you this in just a moment, is actually tucked in the bedroom closet. And for the 22 model year, we now have this really nice aluminum telescoping ladder that's space saving, but it also allows you a secure way to get to the overhead bunk. All right, so follow me on back. I want to show you a little bit more of the kitchen and the bedroom and the rest of the living area. For those of you that like to cook, we've got all the appliances that you'll need in order to do that. So for starters, we've got a 30-inch residential convection microwave. So this does have the convection bake function. Nice and big size here. You've got your tray, your rack inside to be able to bake. Down below that, you'll find our combination gas and electric induction cooktop. What's really nice about this is that on the side, you have a commercial style 2-burner gas cooktop with a nice heavy-duty cast iron grate. And just to the left of that, you have your electric induction cooktop. With this cooktop, it really provides the best of both worlds. And we're seeing a lot more of the induction function in the residential world, and so it was great to be able to bring that into the Magnitude and be able to give everybody the option. Now, as I mentioned before, there is also a standard propane quick connect valve on the outside for a barbecue grill, so that's another option as well. On the counter, we've got this nice pop-up outlet. This gives you a little bit of extra plug space right here. And then of course you have your residential style sprayer faucet. This swivels, and then you've got sink covers to give you back a little bit more of your counter space. This is a nice stainless double bowl sink. Now, you won't see an oven down below the cooktop because we have the convection bake. However, if we take a look at this here, when we open up this cabinet, there's a really nice solid wood drawer that's been finished out. So this extends all the way out, gives you lots of storage. You can keep everything organized. It's a perfect place to be able to put your larger appliances or pots and pans or different things and keep these all in place as you travel down the road. All right, so for your refrigerator, you've got a 16 cubic foot residential refrigerator. This particular model is made by General Electric. So if we go ahead and open this up, we've got plenty of room. Right above that, in the freezer, you'll see that you have your separate ice cube maker. It's nice and frosty right now. So as I mentioned, this is our new bath and a half layout. And there were some changes that were made to the bathroom to give this a little more counter space and additional storage. So if you want to take a look in here, this is the new layout for the half bath. So right here is the panel for the tankless water heater control. And this is where you can adjust your maximum temperature. That'll give you the on-off function from inside the motorhome for your on-demand water heater. All right, so for the first time ever in the Magnitude lineup, we have stackable washer dryer prep in the all-new BT36. So right behind these louver doors, if you take a look behind these, there's some shelf space. There is a panel on the side that can be removed that will give you access to the plumbing lines. The electrical connections have already been prepped, and this also can be vented for the dryer to the outside. But you have true stackable washer dryer prep now in the BT36. I wanted to make sure that we spent some time going through the bedroom space. And one of the things I love about the BT36 is that you have opposing bedroom slides. So not only do we have the main slide that runs down the driver's side, we also have a small slide extension on the passenger side to give you this extra floor space and give you some more room to move around. So to start, we've got a king size bed. Another thing that I like is that you have nightstand space on either side. So not only are there USB charging ports, there are also 120 volt electrical outlets on either side of the bed. Those outlets are wired to work with the inverter. And so if you need to use a CPAP machine when you travel, that's a great function to be able to use by turning on the inverter, not having to be plugged in or running the generator. We've got a little bit of extra storage right behind the TV. And then if we can open up the main wardrobe, got plenty of space in here. This is the telescoping ladder that I mentioned earlier for the overhead bunk in the front. That has a little storage space right here on the side. Go ahead and hang that up. You've got your closet rod, and then you've got all these nice full-size pull-out drawers here across the bottom. I really like the shelf space that's down here. Not only do you have the Coach radio that operates the inside speakers, you also have a charging station with USB charging ports, 120 volt outlet, and this can also function as a desk. All right, so now we're standing in the rear bath of the BT36. Got a nice oversized shower here. You can take a look. Plenty of light. You've got a big overhead skylight, gives you plenty of headroom for any of our taller customers. We also have an additional porcelain foot flush toilet, and then behind that we've got all kinds of nice storage space. I mean, this is absolutely huge. This is the Firefly multiplex system that we're using. It's called Vega Touch Mira. And this is an absolutely phenomenal system. One of the things I really like is that everything is all in one. And not only can you operate it from this panel, but you can also run this from a mobile device or tablet. There's a mobile app that is Bluetooth compatible. And so this will allow you to control your lighting, your slide outs, your tank levels, your battery levels, your automatic generator start settings, your climate control, and even some additional features. So as we run through this, you can take a look, but you've got not only with your slides and your awning, these are color coded. They actually show a diagram of the motorhome and allow you to operate everything independently. All of our Magnitude products are coming standard from the factory with a 100 watt solar charging system. We're using Go Power solar components, and there is a 100 watt panel mounted up on the roof. and a 10 amp solar charge controller inside the door. Now this is wired in to your dual 6-volt house batteries, and this is designed to keep those batteries charged and keep a nice trickle charge on those batteries. Customers are able to add an additional panel. They can add an additional 100-watt panel to this system, or they can actually upgrade this controller if they would like to add additional panels beyond that. Now right next to that is the remote switch for your 2000-watt Xantrex inverter. This is the Freedom X series that we are using. This inverter is tied to your residential refrigerator as well as the outlets in the master bedroom. All right, so inside the front cabinet here, there's something I wanted to show you. This is an HDMI switch box. And so if you have any HDMI entertainment devices, you can actually plug those into this input, and that is connected and the wiring is run to all of the Coach TVs. So that way you can switch over on your HDMI setting and be able to view whatever input you have coming into this box here. Right up here you have your antenna booster. So one of the most common questions that we're getting from customers with the rise in remote work and everybody hitting the road is, what about Wi-Fi and internet connection? So all of the Magnitude models come standard with the WineGuard Connect 2.0 system. And this is a 3-in-1 device that has a digital TV antenna, it has a Wi-Fi extender, and it also has the capability to be a 4G LTE hotspot. Now, customers will want to download the WineGuard Connected app, which is free, and that will allow you to register the device and sign in with your other devices. So to give you an example, if you have multiple Wi-Fi enabled devices and you're in a campground and those devices can't reach where the Wi-Fi signal is coming from, the Wi-Fi extender has up to a 1-mile range, and you can sign all of those devices into that WineGuard Connect system and connect it through a central point with that WineGuard antenna. Also, if customers choose to purchase or activate a 4G data plan, they can have that as their mobile hotspot for as many devices as they would like, and also have their own private secure network. Now, both the F550 and F600 models of the Magnitude line will all come standard with the same cab features. So as we look down into the cab, you'll notice right there in the center, we've got Ford's 8-inch touchscreen with the Sync 3 system. Now this allows for hands-free voice commands, Bluetooth phone connectivity. Another neat thing about this dash system is you have factory navigation built in from Ford. You also have compatibility for Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So all you have to do is just plug in your device and you'll have access to all your favorite phone features right here on the dash. Now you've got your steering wheel and phone controls over here on the driver's side. Just to the right of that, you'll have your control for the 4-wheel drive. By default, this will be in 2-wheel drive, but because this is the electronic shift on the fly function from Ford, if you ever need to put it into 4-wheel drive, you can set this into 4-high just by selecting on the knob. Just below that, you'll have your factory brake control. All right, so the driver's seat allows you to get very comfortable. First off, you've got an 8-way power driver's seat, so you can get that adjusted how you like. You also have a tilt and telescopic steering wheel. In addition to that, you also have power adjustable gas and brake pedals that'll move closer or farther depending on what you need. Thank you everybody for spending some time today going through our all-new Magnitude BT36 here at North Trail RV. Again, my name is James Neujahr with Thor Motorcoach. Great to have you with us. I'm really excited to hear the feedback on this new floor plan. We look forward to seeing you out there. Safe travels.